Okay. I never move the camera, yet somehow, every single time I start streaming, I'm like, is that in the same position? Like, did it move? I don't know. Obviously not. So, hi, hello. Welcome to the Friday stream. And yes, as the thumbnail and title suggests, we are going to be doing some art fight prep, which today is going to be just a shitload of uh just the profile pictures, because they're profiles I write on Toy House and then just copy paste a few extra things over to Art Fight. And their connections. There's a lot of new characters, and since connections is a new thing, kind of want to write a lot. I don't want to write too much for the character connections on Art Fight because I'm not sure a lot of people are just going to sit through and read them. But since it is a new feature, I should at least, if they have a special relationship, I should write it out. Having a banana and strawberry protein shake. Because lunch is for nerds. Oh, I forgot. Did we? Okay, so I did. Let's update my to-do list. I did Clover's off stream. Erica, Adeline, Stefan, and Moba. So we're starting from the bottom and working our way up. So let's get into it. I'm wiping my mouth a lot. Protein shakes just leave a film everywhere. I am tired, but more tired than I usually am on these sort of streams because last night I mean last night there was a huge thunderstorm that hit my area. And it was just wind and lightning, and I loved it. I love thunderstorms, but I just don't like the high winds because then I was thinking about all the bird nests that are around. I was like, oh, the poor babies. I hope they're okay. And this morning, one of our trees, uh, a huge branch just broke off. My garden survived. My garden survived. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Estimer. What do you mean you don't wanna? You don't gotta. I'm just gonna. That's all off center. Since she's a wolf, I won't give her my typical fangs. Wolves have more, conal shaped teeth. I forgot about you. It's fine. Could get it done later, not at all. Or, would like it done at one time. Um, there's no timestamp on it. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, next Saturday is my birthday. So there's your time frame. No, that's not it. Oh shit balls. There. I completely forgot I turned off the background music because I was using something else. And I accidentally turned on Streamlabs. Okay, hang on. Stand by. Please don't turn on. No, yep, there it goes. No, go away. Go away. I really wish there would... Okay, is OBS okay? Because I can't even say I fat fingered it. I just fucking misclicked on Streamlabs because I was trying to click on OBS. Because they're right next to each other. Anyway, so I was up most of the night because the wind woke me up. The lightning wasn't bad. I really like watching lightning. I love the sound of thunder and rain against the window. So I was up most of the night, but I was also had a very good sleep. But if that makes any sense. Actually, what kept waking me up was the creature, Hawk, was whining and meowing and just being a brat because she wanted outside. In the middle of an electric storm. It's like, no. Not letting you out. I don't know why all the cats were insisting that they go outside. It's like, what is going on? So it was really difficult. Eventually she got the message that I was not budging. But that was only after 2 hours, basically, of her pawing at the glass with her claws, which is not a pleasant sound. And meowing and begging and... She didn't even come up on the bed to cuddle. It's like, oh. I just chopped liver. I'm seeing a lot of streams of other artists doing their art fight prep. I was like, yay, I'm not the only one who's getting in on it. But also it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm glad other people are getting their bag. It's like, people are gonna get burnt out on the art fight prep hype train real quick if every single big artist that they follow is doing nothing but art fight. You're like, can I switch it up some, or what? It's like, nah, I got a lot of work to do, and in the long run, art fight is insanely popular in the artist sphere, so it's like, you know what, I might as well capitalize on that. Now, the biggest struggle with this piece isn't just the bootleg monster can. It's going to be the fonts. The font on any t-shirt always throws me off, even though I love putting my OCs in graphic tees, especially if they're a joke, like this one is. I was like, oh, man. You gotta match not only how the fabric moves, but the contours of their bodies. So it's not just like drawing a pattern or shifting the fabric. No, you actually have to make the lettering, because on graphic tees, the lettering is also evenly spaced, and I can't evenly space shit to save my life. Hey, Waffles! Today I exist, I guess. That's fine. You can have those days. As much as they suck, they are necessary. When properly scheduled. Doop-diddy. Wait, what? Yeah? Yeah, June 6th is my birthday. My family does have plans that weekend, so hopefully we'll be able to do them. It seems like the first week of June, like, everything is happening. Like, we got dentist appointments, we got air shows, we got other birthdays. Like, a good majority of my family were all born in June. So it's like, oh. Last year we had a huge June birthday bash, and there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 of us that all had June birthdays. So we said, you know what? Let's just collectively all say, hey, happy birthday, these people. So that means parents had what is it, like Halloween sex? I think we talked about this before, Yestimer. Like a long time ago, we discovered we had the same birthday. I could have sworn we talked about this before. Wait, on Discord. Gonna draw the can on a separate layer because that's just gonna be hell. Another thing I struggle with a lot on, I don't know, when it just comes to art in general, is just props. So hopefully I'll maybe use that as an excuse for this art fight to just draw a bunch of characters with props and whatnot, so I can get used to that. Especially since I'm gonna be working on a graphic novel and such. I'm not gonna make the promise where I'm gonna draw, like, full illustrations for people. As cool as that would be, I mean, the points allotted for like, drawing full illustrations or getting, doing little animations, man, it would take so long to do, but the points! The points you would rack up for that. Hang on, I don't have a can on me. For reference, I'm not gonna drink this. Already had a monster yesterday. Okay. And since Art Fight now has rules against using 3D models as for tracing, and I think that's what a lot of people are saying. It's the use of 3D models for tracing is prohibited. You can make a 3D model of someone's character or make the props and backgrounds. I think that's still allowed because it would be really unreasonable if it wasn't. But I think it was just the use of the models. Yeah, I can see chat. There's probably a bit of a delay, though. Might need to refresh your page. I have low latency on, right? Yeah. Yeah, I can see the chat. It's just probably just laggy. All right, what the fuck? How the hell do you draw a cylindrical thing at an angle that is also at an angle? Because, like, the tab, at the angle she's holding the can, because the tab is this way, she's doing this, and the tab is up. You probably wouldn't see much of it. It would probably be like a... Or like that. Just based on the angle. Hello, Tara. Welcome to the stream. I'm working on some profile pictures for my characters while using a monster can as reference because when it comes to drawing straight lines and anything to do with geometric shapes, complete smooth brain over that one. This tab looks jank as hell. But if nobody looks at it, it's fine. It's fine if nobody looks at it. Let's just put this away. And boy, howdy, I'm gonna put on a fan because for some reason, despite being overcast and we had thunder and lightning yesterday, it is hot, and I don't know why. It's hard for me to draw on PC. Thank you. I don't really know have any tips and tricks for how to like draw using a graphics tablet because I started using a graphics tablet when I was in high school or like soon after I got out of high school. But it's as soon as I had my own money, oh my, I went and bought a graphics tablet for myself. First one I had was the Huion H420, which is a hilarious name for the for the tablet. I don't know why I said cab. But yeah, just years of practice. Birthday twins! Twinsies! Alright, now for the hardest part of this entire piece. The graphic design. Hello, Taco Bell! Welcome to the stream. Watch me struggle with basic lettering for like 5 years on this stupid shirt, making a dumbass joke I thought was funny. Alright. I'm gonna use... The O should be stylized because it does say monster, so it should say something, it should be like an I or something. Yeah, there we go. There we go. No disrespect, but what interests you in furries? I saw your thing. I just was working on that. I'm an American that grew up on Disney, so my entire childhood was filled with entertainment of anthropomorphic animals, and just animals are cool. I don't know why people treat furries as like this weird niche thing, when it's really not. Furries are actually more mainstream than like most anime. But anime has become very mainstream, so now anyone's like, oh, you like anime? Oh, you're a furry? It's like, not saying that you say that. Not saying that you, but like, I remember the era. Because I grew up early internet, and they're like, you like anime? Now it's like, you don't like anime? What is wrong with you? I'm just waiting for that time to come for the furries. Because if you watched The Lion King, or the Robin Hood one, or, you know, like Zootopia, and you liked it, kind of a furry, is my hot take. Well, bye, Tara. Hope you enjoyed stream. It was fun while it lasted. Demon Slayer. Yeah, see? Everyone loves anime. Everyone loves Demon Slayer. I'm not the biggest fan, and that is only because, before you crucify me, I'm not the biggest fan of anime. Because I don't like the fan service that is in a lot of anime. Yes, I know, not every anime, not all anime, but it's just prevalent enough, and every time it happens, it makes me super uncomfortable, and it's very gross, especially involving young underage girls. I hate everything about that. And I know not every anime. I love, when I was a kid, I loved watching Bleach, and, Full Metal Alchemist, and Brotherhood. I love those shows. Wolf's Rain fucked me up. If you haven't heard of the anime Wolf's Rain, God bless you. Because oh my god, that anime was, if you've spent any time on the internet, especially in the early 2000s, and there was just a bunch of screenshot edits of wolves killing each other, that was Wolf's Rain. That show was so dark and so sad, and the ending just made me go like, well, what the fuck? That was literally my reaction to the ending of Wolf's Rain. It was so... I also really like, yeah, I think my chat is definitely delayed more than it usually is. Yeah, I have low latency on. I guess I should have hit low latency. Well, I can't change it now, so... Oops. My bad. That's the wrong one. Alright, now for t-shirts, since the fabric kinda folds. Today's the last day of school, by the way. Hell yeah! Hope you enjoy your summer. I know I'm gonna be busy. Especially, you know, not only with Art Fight, but also, with my garden. I hate summer. I am one of those people. I prefer fall and winter. And, summer is one of those seasons where, like, the only thing I look forward to is working in the garden. Monster. Alright, now for the next one. It's gonna be a different font. Probably. Oh, I didn't say. I am working on the... Is that it? No, let's try white, and then we'll color it in later. What font should I write Fonker? Because I'm making a joke. Instead of saying monster fucker, it's monster fonker, because she's this character, MOBA, hang on, let me bring up her ref sheet. She is on Art Fight, so if you're doing Art Fight this year, she'll be there. She's my, one of my gray wolves, Sparkle Dogs, and she's a gym rat. She is one of those protein shake, gym rat, meathead characters, and I love her to death. And so, of course, being a gym rat, she's going to listen to funk. So I thought, oh, what better shirt Comic Sans. Alright, I'm gonna try and do this by hand. I'll fix it all later. Because the lettering is right where her boobs are. So it's gonna have a little bit of a dip. I hope that shows up. Except for the N. The N can be... Monster. There we go. That looks... I told you, graphic tees are a wonderful thing to wear, but they are my nemesis when it comes to drawing. Funk. Here we go with the dumbass E again, the capital letter E. Font. Oh, it won't fit. Hopefully people get the joke. Because I thought it was hilarious. Same with the thumbnail that I used for this stream and my last video. The reason why the thumbnail has Batman on it is because everyone makes the joke in, like, Deadliest Warrior. Where... Oh, that's so bad. Oh, Batman, yeah. With enough prep time, even Batman could defeat he can defeat anybody. Like, any enemy you put Batman up against, they're like, oh yeah. With enough prep time, Batman could beat him. So it's like, oh, how do you beat Art Fight? Well, with enough prep time, you can beat Art Fight. Hello, Mackenzie. Welcome to the stream. I'm just working on some Art Fight profile pictures and dying a slow and painful death working on the text on her graphic muscle shirt. Thank you. Is that Kinger in your profile picture? Is that Kinger? I can't... the profile picture's like this big for me. Because if that is, based. Speaking of a protein shake gym rat, just finished mine. I'm gonna go beforehand. Okay. Bye. Like, what do I say to that? I know. I know you're joking. It's just like, okay. Insert One Punch Man joke. Okay. That was the wrong... Ooh. As much as people want to, rag on digital art, I will never go back to traditional because of the simple fact that if I draw something with wonky anatomy on digital art, I can just use the lasso tool and fix it. I can just fix the anatomy. I don't have to start the sketch over or put the little sticky note down. I can just fix it, and there you go. Problem solved. But granted, with traditional art, I don't have the Control-C button or hotkey, which does make it a little bit hard. However, when it comes to traditional art, I don't really have the risk of accidentally deleting an entire layer or accidentally drawing on the wrong layer. That's just not a thing that happens in traditional. So the Control-Z function, while nice, is only really necessary for digital, unless, you know, you like draw something and the line is really wonky in pen. It's like, oh no, ah. Talented, thank you. I try. Now, if I just put this down there. And then just do that. There we go. A natural bend for the graphic tee. I want this shirt. That's the thing. That's the hardest part. Like, I've seen some people complain that they don't know what to draw their OCs in, or that they would struggle with drawing the fashion for their OCs. I get that, and I sort of don't, because when it comes to, like, my own sonas, I don't really know what to put them in, because what I wear versus what I want to wear is day and night, because what I do wear is what I can afford. But with OCs, I can draw them in anything I want, which is also detrimental to me, because then I just draw a t-shirt, or like I draw my OC in something and I'm like, I want that shirt. Why don't you exist? But then again, it's like, oh, well, why don't you just make your own t-shirts using Redbubble? It's like, that would be a fantastic and wonderful idea if I knew anything about graphic design, which I don't. I'm gonna, because I can't legally use Monster, I'm going to... Do you have a name for the drawing? For the drawing? No, this is just going to be this character's profile picture for Art Fight. I should start linking my Art Fight profile in the description. Hang on, let me go fix that real quick. Let me bring it up. It is technically linked in my description, but I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let me hold. Fix. Okay, the comic is kind of done and gone. Oh, I don't have my art fight in the profile. Okay, wow. Art profile. Copy, paste, and save. So now if you want to see that, I think you just have to refresh the stream and the description will change. Okay, so for this fake monster can, what I'm just gonna do is sort of trace the logo, but not really. I'm just going to like just do that, and then I'll make it pretty later. Yeah. There. That's on the same layer. I'm adding extra details under the character that you will never see. But hey, I know it's there. And it makes me happy. There. So now this will just be fused on the character layer. Where? I guess this is her main color? Yeah. Alrighty. I don't know why I got that song stuck in my head. She wouldn't even listen to that. I have a feeling MOBA would also listen to rock and heavy metal, but that's just because I am a bit of a metalhead. But then again, I also do imagine her in a rock band. So, as, of course, the drummer. Let's fix this. Garnet, amethyst, and pearl and Steven. If you should only know. Sadly, I have to go, but you found a new subscriber. Oh, thank you. The stream VODs will be up on my channel indefinitely, unless something absolutely horrible happens and I have to delete the VOD. So, if you have to leave early or you come in late, don't feel bad. It will still be here. Oh, that was not the right thing to do. Okay. Here. 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 It's since... Oh, that is that color. No, it's this color. What? My pen was just acting up. Gotta accentuate the bicep. Or the... This is the bicep. What is this? It's been a while since I've been in the gym rat manosphere, so I don't remember where all the muscles are. But then again, if I ever go to the gym again, which probably not anytime soon, why the hell would I pay for a subscription? Are her thumbs dark as well, or is it just... I think they are. Because I didn't color them in that ref. What's her other refs? Let me look at her old stuff. Where's? Here it is. Okay, so, wait, no. She does have colored thumbs. Okay. I forgot. Oh, wait, no. No, that marking goes all the way down. Okay, so that goes to there. This is sort of there? This is there. That's there. Good, good, good. You always gotta keep these kinds of things in mind when drawing your character. Now, I did not design MOBA. I got her as an adoptable years ago. I think she was one of my first adoptables I got. And I thought she was really cute. So I was like, you know what the hell? Why not? It's been so long since I've drawn her or any of her family, so my... Oof. I feel like such a bad OC parent. Because I have so many effing OCs that I just don't draw all that often, but I love them to death, so I'd never get rid of them. They just don't give the amount of love that they deserve. So I'm just gonna give her some random clothes, just so I can get the shirt colored before I work on her hair. And mouth. Because I don't think I've actually designed the inside of her mouth. I mean, this old ref, I gave her stripes on her tongue because she had them in her ear at the time. I need to take this ref off Art Fight. I just realized it's completely outdated. Or is it? Is this the outdated ref? God, I don't remember. Like I said, really bad OC parent. Just gonna keep the default purple going. So this kind of muscle shirt would be a gray. Like a steely gray or something. Okay. How would I do? Okay, I would do it like this. for an outline, you'd turn that off. Shrink. There we go. Actually, I think it would be red. A lot of the funk scene is pretty red. That works. In one aspect, I always struggle with picking colors for an already psychedelic colored dog. Wolf. Don't tell her I said that, she'd kill me. Stupid freaking overlays. There we go. That is too blue. What am I doing? Now the steel, on the other hand, yeah, that's about the right color. It's actually not steel, it's aluminum. Let's remember our metals. And yes, I say aluminum, not aluminium. I'm not from the UK. Since this is a hole, it's gonna have a little bit more shading involved. There we go. And this tab, actually this color, I should use the G pen. There we go. There we go. Gotta be creative with these kinds of things. I'm not sure where the light source is in this art piece, but I'm just doing what looks cool until I've decided it's good enough. Shift key. There we go. Honestly, kind of didn't want to stream today because of, you know, last night's storm really keeping me up all night, making me tired, and I knew I was going to be quiet today. And that I was just going to try and lock in. Because despite, Art Fight being a whole month away, there's a lot I know needs to get done. So if I just get the base stuff done first, and then go back, I can, like, focus on doing the fun stuff. You know, like, filling out their profiles. Well, I mean, the art is still fun. Don't get me wrong. The art is still very fun. I mean, like, the stuff that I can do off stream. Just gonna add another one. Because this... I know it looks bad. Just wait a second. Wait. Trust the process. It won't work if the process ain't if the process ain't trusted, it won't work. Trust the process. That actually doesn't look half bad. I'll just make this tab. That's the wrong layer. There we go. Bright green. This is my shit. That's my shit. I heard that you were talking shit and you didn't think that I would hear it. I remember there was this old Warrior Cats map, or as in multi-animator production, that used the song Hollaback Girl for Maple Shade, and I didn't participate in the map, but I did try, I did upload a thumbnail that I wanted to use okay. I did create a thumbnail that the artist said. It was like, hey, create a thumbnail and it will be featured in for the video as like a little contest. And I think I did really good. I went a little too hard with the shading, and that's probably why mine didn't win. But I still really like how it turned out. If I tried again, I would definitely make it, a little bit less overshaded. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the tongue being that color. The gums can be that color. With this. There. The teeth, I think the teeth can still be white. Why does that look yellow? Is it just because that she's gray and purple that the white looks yellow? Because that is white. Quadruple F. Maybe when I change the line art color, it'll definitely look a little bit more, Oh, her ears, her ears. My goofy ass. Cheapen. I know this isn't the right color, but this purple and teal pattern makes me think of Sully from Monsters, Inc. I know it's not the right colors, but it's just those two together in that pattern. This kind of reminds me of Sully. Let me look that up. I could have sworn the outfit ref I made, like, and this is our newest ref. Hang on, let me go to my files and check the dates on these things. Okay, properties. Access, modified, created, 2019. Wow. July 2023. April 2021. Okay, yeah. So this outfit lineup is way out of date. So this is the up-to-date version. Okay. I'll need to make a note of that in her profile saying the outfit ref is, the markings are out of date, but the outfits, I mean, kind of, but not really. I'll just take it off her art fight and say, I'll just take it off her fight and say fashion is muscle shirts, shorts, sports bras, graphic tees, band shirts, you know. I should create like a full turnaround ref of her, of what all her markings look like on the back, because I don't know what her back looks like. I think I have her old original. Yeah. So it's just spots. Yeah, this is what her original adoption ref looked like. And I thought she was super cute. So I was like, God. I need it. I just said that. I need it. I remember staring at her, her original. I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't. It was the same with, used to be named Roar. Now Candy. Candy also was an adoptable I got from the same artist, actually. And I remember staring at them for the longest time going, I don't need it. I don't need it. That's the wrong color. I don't need it. Just see how much just pop, just how much pizzazz that adds, just coloring the line art. I usually don't color the line art of any of my regular sheets. It's just Art Fight really brings that out of me, where I just think all the line art needs to be colored. Everything needs to have a little extra pop. A bit of shading, a bit of rendering. So if you're one of those artists that are still on the fence and they're like, oh, what's the point of Art Fight? Well, some artists find that the inspiration of making art for others and preparing ref sheets for others to make art for them really brings out the artist that goes the extra mile. There's that one song from an old Stella Luna animation. It brings out the best in you. You got to bring out the best in you, and every little thing you try to do. I don't remember any of the other lyrics. Actually, you know what? Let's make this. Should I make it bubbly? Should I blur the background, make it bubbly, or add a little extra spikes to it? Because despite having a more rounded design, MOBA's very much a sharp, pointed character. So if I do this or something. Just give her a little extra zap. Extra zip. That's the one you got. A little extra zip. And this is just her profile picture. It's not going to be one of those, you know, like something people look at a lot, but it is also going to be the first thing people see when they look at, when they decide what character they want to draw. Their profile picture is going to tell them a lot about the character before they even click on the profile. So don't stint on your profile pictures on Art Fight. Same with your, like, if you add an attack, like a specialized team-themed, like, thumbnail for your attacks, it needs to be eye-catching, but it can't be too much to the point where you can't see what the art is underneath. So that's why most people's attack thumbnails are just a border with like a number or like a little Team Fossil or something. I was Team Crystal last year, so I had like a little geode in the corner with the year 2020, like 25, because that was the year. So this year I'm gonna have a whatever based on the theme and say 26. So when I look back on it and go, oh, that was that year, and it was that team. But that's just my preference. I probably should have mentioned that in my prep video. But, I don't know. I was in a bit of an episode. a bit of a high. Contact high. Alright, so it'll look like that on the website. Which is uber cute. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh my god. I haven't saved that entire time. Ah! Always save. Always save. Alright, so the next one is Erica. And I decided that hers and all the little kitty dogs are going to have the same profile because I think they're super cute. My chair keeps moving. Oh, I didn't put Moba's name on the... Oh, well. I didn't put her name. A lot of the profiles I have, or like the profile pictures, I have their name on the icon just so, you know, when people go, it's like, oh, who's this character? Oh, they're that. Without even having to click on anything, just to get them interested. And for Clover and now for MOBA, that is not the case. Same with Amias and Kelly and Jackie, which I need to also do Jackie's. Hang on, let me add that to my in-person list. And then I'll update the to-do list on stream as well. Jackie F profile pic PFP. And we did Boba's. So she is done. I still have my gemsonas, or my gems on the to-do list, only because I'm struggling with their designs just a little bit. Only a little bit struggling with their designs, and also I already added a lot of characters to Artfight this year. I don't think I'll be adding them, but you know, the hyperfixation hit, and I've just been on a Steven Universe. There's a hair in my eye. I've been on a Steven Universe bender. I'm going to use the pen tool for her. So this is Erica. She's one of my kitty dog OCs, and she's just she's my little princess. She's also one of the first adoptables I ever got. And I have a personal rule. It's kind of dumb, but I think it's just the way I roll with kitty dogs. Every kitty dog OC I have, or any kitty dog character, needs to have two things. They need to be adopted from someone else. I only have one that isn't, and that's Kelly. And they also must, and this without question, must be named after a Barbie character. Or a character from the Barbie movies. I don't know why I came up with that rule. I just did. I think it's because I saw Erica's colors, and I thought, oh, she's so cute. And so I just named her Erica after Erica from the Barbie movie. So I thought, oh, I don't know how I came up with that decision. It's just something that kind of happened slowly over time, and I was like, you know what? I don't make the rules. The rules just kind of made themselves known. It's really funny. Erica in the movie, Princess and the Pauper, the best Barbie movie ever made, and y'all can fight me on that. I think Princess and the Pauper is the best, the best of the Barbie movies. I will fight tooth and nail on that one. Erica is more blue with pink accents, while Annalise is just pink. And, you know, since they look the same, a girl like you type thing, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I have Erica, who is mostly pink with some blue accents, as a princess, and then I would later try to find a character or just make a design of a kitty dog that is Erica reversed, and just name her Annalise. I don't know. A lot of people wonder why you would bother adopting a character when you can just design the character a character for yourself. And I used to be one of those believers until I saw Erica and Moba and a few others. I mean, they were kind of the start of my adoptable addiction, because there was a time in my early, like 2016, 18 era where I was just addicted to getting adoptables. I just loved them so much. I have so many characters that I have adopted over the years. Isotope, welcome to the stream. I'm excited to see another furry preparing for art fight. Almost forgot about it. Thanks for the reminder. Happy to help. I'm just working on the profile pictures of some new OCs I added this year, but new OCs as in I've had these characters for so long and have finally gotten around to adding them to art fight. That looks wrong. Erica, I am so sorry. Anyway, this character's name is Erica, and she's a kitty dog. Because I think kitty dogs are adorable. I have no current standing opinions on the creator of the species, because I do not know them personally, and I do not know their living situation currently. All I know is that I love their creation. That's all I will say on that matter. If you know, you know. Okay, and she's got a little braid in front of her ears. Just like you're just like me. It's something anyone can see. A heart that sings, a voice that speaks the truth. Yes, I am a girl like you. It's so cute. I have no idea about the creator, lol. Yeah, it's just, I have to say that preemptively because I don't know if people are like as old as I am in internet lore or as well versed, because there was like a huge controversy. Oh my fucking controversy. It was basically the internet dogpiling a mentally ill child who has said that they has since gone to therapy. And you know how the internet is sometimes. It doesn't matter if that post you made was 12 years old or if you have changed since. Some people just don't like the fact that people change. Or can't comprehend the fact that kids make mistakes because they don't have fully finished developing brains. I mean, your brains don't finish developing until like 25. If that. I know that's for sure. I mean, I've done some things like when I was when I was an adult, and I was just, wow, I was still very much still in teenager mode. That was stupid. But, you know, for a long time on the internet, I had like a strange addiction to, like, my strange addiction was watching internet, was getting well versed in internet drama. I haven't dabbled in any of it recently, unless it was like something really bad that happened. Because it just was not helping my mental health at all. Internet's crazy. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, about this little Bebber. Because of my kitty dog rule, and, you know, saying that every character must be named after a Barbie, a Barbie character from the old movies, I have so much fun coming up with lore just based on their design, and I think about, alright, based on their color palette and the way they look, because usually, like, this is what I saw. When I first saw Erica, this is what I saw. And I was like, oh my god, she is just so cute. What am I gonna do with her? And I just drew her and thinking about, like, how she would interact with my other OCs. And I have changed her color palette only a little bit over the years. That is allowed. When you buy an adoptable, you're allowed to change some things about them. I was thinking, and for some reason, I just got the idea in my head that she would be another OC's, like, adopted daughter. And she would just be like mommy's little princess. Now she's not a brat, but, you know, she's just like any 6-year-old, you know, kind of bossy and learning how to be a good person. And that would, you know, if I ever wrote for anything, any like story for them, there would definitely be a lot of stories where Erica is learning how to share and how to, you know, be a good person like Erica the character. I don't know why I named her Erica for whatever reason. Also because that's my favorite Barbie movie. Princess and the Pauper is the best one. By far. I'll die on that hill. From what I know, which may not be correct, neurodiverse people's brains finish developing later than neurotypicals do. I type so slow, gee. Well, thank you. I know a lot of, not a lot of people have OCs, you know, just casual OCs that are children. They're usually like teenagers or young adults, and if they do have kids, they're just only there to be main OC's child or like a cousin or a niece. So I thought, you know what? Because I remember what it was like being a kid. And I haven't taken any child psychology courses, but it is something I'm very interested in. It's like, you know what? If I were to make a fun, just little side comic, and if I wasn't working on 50 other creative projects, that's the story I would tell with these little babies. All my OCs are young adults or middle-aged. It's okay. I'm not throwing shade or shaming anybody for having, for not having child OCs, because I get it. I get it. But, I don't know. I just thought she was so cute, and every kitty dog OC I have is a child, except one, and that's the one I made. Her name is Kelly, after Kelly Sheridan, the main voice actor for Barbie in all the movies. Now, her neck... Given that she's a child, her neck is a little bit too big. Because child heads are huge in comparison. I also drew her ears, like her bottom ears, ridiculously big. Because I have the theory that kitty dogs, because they are a very specific hybrid, that they're born with the size ears that they're going to have into adulthood. So when they are children, they have to grow into their ears a little bit. So there's just an awkward phase where their ears are just big and floppy and they keep tripping over them. Or like they keep getting in the way. It's like, aw. You know, like basset hounds. Basset hounds are born with big floppy ears and droopy faces. So I thought, you know, it'd be really funny if I used that same logic for kitty dogs. Because like in kitty dog lore, they were like created in a lab or something. And they're, like, because they're not, like, natural born animals. They were made, like, specifically genetically modified. Based on, from what I remember of the original kitty dog lore, it's probably completely different now, or just non-existent. I'm just gonna have her name in font, because I'm just gonna have a fancy font for her name. Because I have chicken scratch handwriting. I can see it when you're feeling down. You can't hide that from me. You're no status quo, calico, so I keep trying to be. 'Cause you're more than that. You're a doggish cat. I wish you could see the you I see. I think that's why I named her Erica. Yeah, because the song, what is that song called? What is that song called? It's from Princess and the Pauper. And it's the one Erica sings to Wolfie. And I thought, oh, she's singing a song to a dog-ish cat. So, for kitty dogs. That's why I named her Erica. Now I remember. Unlocking old memories. Need the bows or tiaras, trust you know. Don't need the bows or tiaras, bid your woes, sayonara, trust your nose, 'cause you know it's the way to go. Yeah, that's the words. If you can't tell, I grew up on Barbie movies, and they slap, and they're still the best thing ever, and I watch them still as an adult. And I will never stop doing that. I will fight anyone. I will fight anyone who says that Barbie movies, the original Barbie movies, aren't any good. Fight you tooth and nail. That's the wrong tool. Hey, feline, that's just fine. To thine old self be true. I've only watched the Mariposa and Nutcracker. Hey, the Nutcracker is also a good one too. But when it comes to, like, if I had to put money on, like, if all the Barbie movies were in a house fire, and I had to run in and save one of them, it would be Princess and the Pauper. think the Nutcracker was one of their, it was a lot of their older ones, because I think a lot of their, yeah, I remember, a lot of the older Barbie movies were mostly based on ballets. So there was just a lot of scenes where they were just dancing, which is fine. I don't mind that. I love the Nutcracker, you know, I love Tchaikovsky as a composer. I love his stuff. But Princess and the Pauper was one of their best stories, one of their best musicals. There wasn't a whole lot of dance numbers, which I do like because they focused more on like the actual story. But the songs, we got Martin Short as the villain, Preminger. Like, come on. And his villain song is also just one of the best ones ever. But the one thing I'm about Barbie movies is that they're all 100% out of my vocal range. I have a hardest time singing along. I love the Nutcracker one, but it may have been because I saw the Nutcracker ballet live when you were younger. Adding that to your watch list. I mean, because, like, it's kind of obvious when you watch their old ones, you know, like Barbie of Swan Lake, or, yeah, that one was all the ballet. Did Barbie do Le Corsair? I don't think they did. Again, I haven't seen a whole lot of the newer Barbie movies. When they moved away from the classics, but don't watch Princess and the Pop Star. That one is, in my humble, correct opinion, trash. Catchy, but still trash. Princess and the Pauper is the better one. By a long shot. To your heart's content, there's only one. Listen here, I see it first. And you're always free to begin again. And you're always free to believe. When you find the place that your heart belongs, you'll never leave. You and I will always be celebrating life together. I have found a friend in you forevermore. Love is like a melody, one that I will always treasure. Courage is the key that opens every door. Though you may not know where your gifts may lead, and you may not know at the start, when you live your dreams, you'll find destiny is written in your heart. Get the lighters in the air. I can concur with your opinion. It's just, I barely tolerated the Fairytopia ones. I haven't watched the first Fairytopia, but I did watch the Mermaidia and the one with the magical school. I was like, it's aight. What was I thinking with this little choker? Oh well. It's not a choker, it's her actual fur pattern. Once I last met a lad, you're a gentle one, said she. In my heart, I'd be glad if you loved me for me. You say your love is true, and I hope that it would be. I'd be sure if I knew that you loved me for me. If you watch Princess and the Pauper, bring tissues. Because if you're a sap like me, and, like, cry more to, you know, just things that are beautiful rather than sad, like, when things are sad, I'll be like, oh, yeah, this is pretty sad. But when things are beautiful, oh, God, there's a reason why I can't watch Wolfwalkers without crying. Because, like, as soon as we put in the movie Wolfwalkers, I'm like, I'm just choked up the whole movie because it's so beautiful. It's like, who gave them the right to make a movie that was so beautiful that I couldn't even watch it without choking on my own snot because it was so pretty? It was so pretty, the art style was gorgeous, the animation was beautiful. Unique fur pattern. Yeah. Wait, are my other kitty dogs? Yeah, they got technically 3 eye colors. Seeing the Spider-Verse in cinema wasn't expected. You got to watch it in theaters? Oh my god, you were, trying not to get jealous. Yeah, but we couldn't watch Into the Spider-Verse in theaters at the time. But as soon as it came out on DVD, man, I bought it. I bought it so fast when it came out in DVD. I love watching everyone. Yeah, the Spider Sona thing was so fun. I am a million years late on that one. I only got on that trend, like, years after the movie came out, because I was just looking through, like, later what people were doing. I was like, I should make one. But the problem is, the reason why I haven't publicly posted any Spider Sonas or announced, or, like, tried to make a Spider Sona, I have arachnophobia. So, half the time when I have to even look at pictures of spiders just for references, I wig out. I get super twitchy. Not as much anymore. Thankfully, it's not as bad as it used to be. However, it's still bad. It's still prevalent. So I have a sketch idea for, I had an old, like, before I had my current Sona, I made a spider Sona that was a symbiote. Or, you know, that had a symbiote, and I was like, perfect! Not technically a spider, but still in the Spider-Man universe. Great! Hooray! But then I redesigned my Sona to my current Fursona, and I'm like, fuck. Now it doesn't work anymore. Shit! So, who knows? Maybe one day I'll make a video. I'll make a video where I design a spider Sona, and it'll be labs all around. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna be convulsing in the corner, frothing at the mouth. Technically, I tried to make a spider Sona twice. Like, once when it first came out, and then once when I tried to make one again. Now, the first design I added to my one of my superhero comic series, which I haven't started yet. So that'll be fun. Love is like a melody, one that I will always treasure. Courage is the key that opens every door. Now you may not know where your gifts may lead, and you may not know at the start. I'm just looking at fonts that I have, and Betty Bang, and none of them are standing out. Shoot, I just might have to do it by hand. Balls. Oh well. Did not mean to click that. Alright. Let's see if I remember my cursive. Oh, oh my god, did she write that? No, hang on. Because a cursive E is just this. I hate it so much. There. It's been so long since I've done cursive, I genuinely forgot how to do it. There we go. Shorten the tail. Add a little bit of that. That looks good. Flesh out the line. There we go. That's much better. just the key that opens every door. Okay, so when I upload it on the website, it'll look like that. So I'm gonna do old reliable. Copy the base layer, add a Gaussian blur. There we go. I'll also blur out the bottom here, because this is a little, there we go. There. And now for this, I'm going to lightly airbrush in some, just a little extra motifs. Every cheer, pray for the rain, Preminger is here. There we go. Aww. Oh, my baby girl. I'm so excited to add her to Art Fight this year, but I'm also super scared because she's literally my daughter. Like, she's literally my daughter. And I would cry and have to kill anyone who did her wrong. So hopefully people read her permissions and know and understand her preferences. She's very particular. And there we go. He's my baby. I know most people roll their eyes when it's like, oh, this character is my son, or this character is my daughter. I used to roll my eyes at them, and then Erica came along, and I was like, no, I get it. I get it. I'll never have kids in real life, probably, so this is the closest I'll ever get. Most people in Art Fight are polite. Oh, absolutely. It's just, I know for a fact that most people in Art Fight, they're usually the most wonderful people you'll ever meet. But there's always like that one, I'm afraid there's gonna be the one that some freak tries to get his grubby hands on her, and I'll have to find his address. And I'll just have to talk to him. Assuming a him, because it's usually a guy. No offense to the men. I know not all men, but just enough to be a problem. There's a spider on my ceiling. I think it's either dead or just an old shedding, but still, I just look up and there it is. I know there was a spider over there from the windowsill, and I was like, you know what? You can stay. You're in the windowsill, you're eating bugs, it's okay. But I think it moved, and I think it's dead. Alright, so this one is done. I'm gonna close that one. Oh, I said I was gonna update the to-do list, so MOBA is done because I don't have a check mark. I don't have a... I don't know how I would draw a check mark. Okay, so those two are done. So now we're gonna do Edeline, who is also named after a Barbie character. She was one of the sisters on 12 Dancing Princesses. One of the tomboys. Now, 12 Dancing Princesses wasn't bad. I do remember finding it funny and entertaining. But I kind of don't really remember... Like, I remember the gist of it. I mean, there's 12 princesses, and they all are like... And they have a dad, who's the king, and he hires a nanny, and she's the obvious villain, and then the king gets sick, and the nanny's like, oh, these children should not be around him, he needs to rest, and turns out she's poisoning him, and the princesses find this magical realm or something like that, and they have to dance in order to get in and out, and this whole thing. Listed anywhere. It's should be top of the description. It should be the first link. Not the first link. It should be in my description. But if it's not there, even though I definitively added it there, I am just Rune lol on Artfight as well. And I'll see you there. I don't know what team is going, like, what the teams are going to be this year. Hopefully it's something cool. Or that I don't have to, I checked your YouTube profile instead. Since it's getting close to Artfight, I'm also going to, add my Artfight back into my about links, because it used to be there, but it's like, oh, it's like Artfight is only in July, why would I add it there? And then, you know, it's almost June, and I'm like, oh, I should probably add that back. Half of Artfight prep is just realizing you need to relink, you need to update all of your social media links. Especially if you're me and have rebranded your entire channel like 3 times in the past 12 months. Don't ask. You have no socials? Oh, man. What's it like? I have a lot of socials and, like, links that I need to update, but then again, I'm never on any of those sites anyway, and when I am on them, I'm on private accounts, so it's like... FOMO's a disease. It certainly is, especially when you're trying to make this a career. When you're trying to make, like, YouTube and streaming a career, you need, like, 50 different, social medias, like, profiles just to make it. Like, in order to have a successful YouTube, you also need a Twitter account. I don't know what that... I do know why, but it's so stupid. In order to have a Twitch, you also need, like, a YouTube account. So it's like, what the fuck? Hi, Sketch. Working on some art fight stuff. And her ears are too big. Were her ears that big in the adoptable? I mean, they probably were, and I did say earlier it's funny if they have to grow into the... See, this was her... And I adopted Edeline years ago, and this was her original, profile. And oh my god, I talked about this in my art fight prep video, and I'll say it again here. For the love that is all good in the world, do not shade and render your ref sheets. Same with your adoptable sheets. Please, don't do this. No hate to the original creator. No hate at all. And I'm glad that you put the actual colors on the side, because then, if you didn't, I would have had no idea what her colors are. Or what her patterning is. Alright, so I'm going to merge those down and angle her ears a little bit. I mean, I did make the, I do have the headcanon that kitty dogs have to grow into their ears. But Edeline is older than Erica, so proportionally her ears would be a little bit smaller. And not every kitty dog has the same, style ears, so... It'd be funny if her dog that she's based on is a Chihuahua. Based on her ears, but the pointed ears on top are supposed to be the cat ears, and the floppy ears on the bottom are supposed to be the dog ears. Even though I hardly ever see dogs with ears like that, anyway. I just think they're neat. We were talking about social media. Yeah, I hate social media, but if I want to make this any sort of feasible career, I do need to sell my soul a little bit. Oh, one thing I will say, only because this happened to me last year. If you are going to attack me, and you want to attack multiple OCs of mine, one at a time, please. Because this one person, all the love to them, but they, like, did individual attacks from multiple OCs at the same time. Not like a mass attack, just multiple separate attacks. And I'm like, wait, no, stop! Because if you do an attack, and I revenge, and then you revenge back, and we start a chain, an attack chain, we get more points at the end for the attack chain. So please, respect the chain. We get more points. I want to win. That's on the wrong layer. I have low art stamina, no need to worry. I also do the, I try to match the energy of anyone who attacks me. Like, because if someone attacks me with, like, a full illustration, I'm going to revenge back with a full illustration, because they gave me an illustration, I want to give them back. But if they, like, just do a sketch, I'll do, a simple, full-colored doodle. Because I don't do sketches, because my sketches, A, are really messy. And B, I just prefer doing fully colored art. That being said, don't attack me with, like, 50 full illustrations, please. Even though I take all my projects are on hiatus during July just so I can focus on Art Fight. Man, y'all gonna kill me. I have a feeling I'm gonna get stomped this year because I uploaded a bunch of characters that are all in the same universe. Like, all my pony OCs are in the same universe and they're friends. And they go on, like, Scooby-Doo-esque hijinks. So that's gonna be fun, having people like, oh, let's just draw them in, like, the Mystery Machine. I'm like, oh god. If someone draws all of my pony OCs together doing Scooby-Doo level hijinks, I am legally obligated to find wherever you live and kiss you. I mean, that's the rules. But I know people probably aren't going to do that. Don't take jokes. Jokes. It's just jokes. But I will key smash the comment box for sure. If someone did that. Like, if they did a screenshot redraw of, like, Be Cool Scooby-Doo with my OCs, or any sort of Scooby-Doo anything, I would really, really like that. Because I haven't written anything for those OCs, but that's, like, in my head, I imagine them going on wacky hijinks. Mostly, they're a mix of Indiana Jones and Scooby-Doo. Mostly because of just how, just because I like that. You know what? Let's talk about Scooby-Doo. What's y'all's favorite version of Scooby-Doo? Because I know everyone loves What's New Scooby-Doo or Mystery Inc. I know everyone really likes Mystery Inc. And I did like it at first when I was watching it too. At first. But then, you know, I don't know, something about it. I know everyone likes the dark humor aspect of it, but at the same time, I was like, you know, I kind of like when Scooby-Doo is wacky and silly. And I also know a lot of people hated Be Cool Scooby-Doo when it first came out because of the art style. But if you actually give it the time and watch the show, Be Cool Scooby-Doo is the funniest one ever. I think it's the best one. Because, you know, I know everyone likes What's New Scooby-Doo or Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Because there is a big difference between them. But after a while, they kind of get formulaic. Like, there's a monster. Scooby and Shaggy go, oh, zoinks, there's a monster. Velma goes, there's no monster. And then weird things happen. Fred said, alright gang, let's split up and look for clues. Scooby and Shaggy always get chased. Funny hijinks ensue. Let's see who the monster really is. Huh. This one person, and then Velma explains why it was that person the whole time. Which is a good formula, but for every single episode of like 10 seasons, no thank you. Can we change it up a little? Which is why I like Be Cool Scooby-Doo, because it's a different formula every episode. Yes, Scooby and Shaggy still get chased, and it's the funniest shit ever. But the way, like, when the monster is chasing them, and then it was like the old Scooby-Doo. It's like, oh, you here for your haircut, sir? It wasn't just in the hallways with the doors thing. They do make a joke about it. You like the live action ones. That's I've only seen like one or two of actually I've only seen one of the live action ones when I was a lot younger, and that's when I wasn't really into Scooby-Doo. But maybe I can go back and watch them. No idea the difference between any of the animated variants. There's kind of not. Except everyone knows the What's New Scooby-Doo theme song, because it's the most catchy. And it was performed by Simple Plan, so yeah, it was, of course it was good. What's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. But other than that, for the most part, I'm pretty neutral on Scooby-Doo. Like, I didn't grow up with it. I don't really have a whole lot of nostalgia for it. I just occasionally enjoy watching one or two of the shows. I remember binging Mystery Inc. when it came out, because I thought it was so cool. But then later I was like, this is kind of bad. It was kind of like I Transformers primed myself, because I used to think Transformers Prime was the coolest show ever. It was like, no, it was the coolest Transformers show ever. But then when I rewatched it as an adult, I was like, I kind of don't like this. And I know, heresy. Everyone loves Transformers Prime. I prefer animated. Especially Beast Wars. If you want a good Transformers show, Beast Wars. Or the original. Just watch the original. Hey, Impasta! Welcome to the stream. I'm working on some profile pictures for my art fight babies while venting about anything and everything. Currently, we had just finished a vent about... Not a vent, but, you know, a side tangent about Scooby-Doo, and then we moved to Transformers real quick. Because I have ADHD. I can't focus on anything for more than 10 minutes without completely going nonverbal. So if this is too early, but do you take ideas to draw eventually? Just wondering because your style is so good. Take ideas. I do not do requests formally, and I don't really have commissions open, so that would be a no. However, if I think your idea is cool, then I might implement it to some of my art, but, other than that, not... Well, what did you have in mind? Let's see what you have in mind first, and then I'll say yes or no. We don't see any of your other markings. Rocky from the from the movie Project Hail Mary. I haven't seen that movie, but I know who you're talking about. It is on my watch list. I'll eventually get around to watching Project Hail Mary. I'm just haven't been able to go to the movie theater. Hello! 2 new people all at once. Hi, Ghost! Hey, Prawn! Bye, Prawn. Yeah, I did hear it was based off of a book. But, you know, I'd never heard of the book until the movie came out. Apparently it's written by the same guy who did The Martian. So I was like, you know what? Maybe eventually, when I'm not, too busy. Hello, Prawn. It's okay. This stream's VOD will be up on my channel indefinitely. So if you're a little late or if you have to leave, don't feel bad because it will always be there. Unless something absolutely horrible happens and I have to take it down. It's the same? How did I draw her eyes? So much science. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is that color. Okay, okay, okay. And then for the white bits, it's this lighter yellow. Who are we drawing today? We are drawing my... Well, we've drawn a few OCs, but currently this OC is Adeline. She's one of my kitty dog OCs. And she's a wonderful, wonderful little tomboy that I named after a Barbie character. Alright, now what style should I write her name in? It's definitely going to be... Ooh, if I did Letterman style or something like that. She would like that. You missed it earlier. I was drawing a furry gray wolf who was also a gym rat jock that I love so much. That is not straight. Insert joke here. I got the stupid Scooby-Doo theme song stuck in my head. Thanks, guys. That is not good. Not good. Here. There, that's better. Alright, now the colors are ass, but we persevere. Okay, so I am also going to duplicate her bottom layer, add a Gaussian blur. Make it red. Something bold. Because then on the website it would look like that with a transparent background. That pops. It's just this. This. Maybe. If we hold on, trust the process. I think that's okay. Now if we just add a little bit of a highlight to it. Oh, sketchy. What's up? Did we do it, chat? Didn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know why streamers say we when talking to chat. I think it's to help the audience feel more involved. But it also might be more of like a royal we. I meant to do that. There we go. Sister, lost her basset hound yesterday. I haven't been able to go to school due to bullying and that sort of thing. I'm sorry about the basset hound. I know that's hard losing a dog. Especially, you know, when they're your good friends. I was just talking about a basset hound earlier this stream, which is kind of fortuitous. As for the bullying thing, man, there's no advice that I could give that wouldn't get you in more trouble. Because I grew up bullied as well, so at least you're not alone. All I can say is just, bitch, me too! I don't know what to say. It's rough, buddy. I don't know. Your friends have been ghosting you. Well, the best thing you can do when you feel alone is when you feel alone and isolated, I know you would think the best thing you could do is to start making friends online, but that only isolates you more. Because now you're spending all your time online talking to your online friends and not out with the people around you. Whoops. Which I know it sounds cliche, but sometimes the old advice is true. And I'm not saying don't make friends online. By all means, make friends online. Let other people know that they are not alone. Which is why, I enjoy streaming my art process. Because if I wasn't streaming, I would just be listening to music, watching a movie on the side, and doing this by myself. And yes, I would get it done a lot faster. I would have gotten all my work done by now if I wasn't streaming. However, I wouldn't have talked to all these new people. Why did I do that? There. So yeah, I know it sucks right now, but sometimes... How do I put this? When your friends are the kind of people to just dip when you're not around, or to just flat out pretend you don't exist except at school, those aren't really friends. They're just classmates that you talk to. Because I had several friends in high school, and it took me a long time to realize that we weren't really friends because I was never invited. They never invited me out to things. They never invited me over. They never talked to me, like hardly ever online. And the few times we did talk online, our DMs ended up getting leaked by that person, and I got bullied for the rest of the week, or basically by the rest of the school year, for the things we talked about in private messages. So I was like, yeah, do you know what? Kind of glad we're not friends anymore, if they're that kind of person. Like, that was just my situation. So, if they're the kind of people that like to pretend you no longer exist when you're no longer around, not real friends, and you didn't lose anything. You didn't lose any friends. You just realized they weren't friends. They have a group chat, barely talked in there, never invited to do anything. Are you like me from the past? Is that the same thing, man? Same thing. Especially, not living within walking distance. I don't want to dox myself. But when you're not, like, near the main populace, you tend to not get invited to things. Or they just tend not to talk to you. It happens. That's on the wrong layer. Yeah. Man, sorry to bring down the vibe like that, but jeez. Hard cut. Drawing a sad puppy. This is Stefan. He's another kitty dog OC I have. He's also on Art Fight. Duh, because this is the Art Fight prep stream. And he is also... he's my little son. That is not the proper... I don't have any experience. Takes one person to change your life. Yeah, and that person is you. That's all you need. You can have people that inspire you or say things that make you see things in a new light, but ultimately, I hate to say at the end of the day, but ultimately, the only person that can change your life is you. Because you have to make that choice. That's all it takes. It's a leap of faith, Miles. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Bro's a motivational speaker. You should hear some of my old videos, man. I went like full motivational speaker in some of my old videos. But then again, most of the my motivational speaker moments were me quoting Stan Lee. Who is the GOAT? Was the GOAT. I'm kind of pissed I never got to meet him. Really wanted to. Whatever. It's gonna be standing right behind you. Well, I don't believe in ghosts, so that really doesn't affect me. Isn't that kind of weird? How it's only people who believe in ghosts that are affected by ghosts or like have paranormal experiences. It's never people who are staunch non-believers in ghosts. It's only the people who do believe. They see all the paranormal activity. And if it was, oh, I never believed in ghosts before, but now I do. It's like, you weren't a full staunch skeptic. You had the maybe in your... You were agnostic when it came to ghosts. So when you saw something that you couldn't explain by science, you're like, oh, maybe ghosts. Sorry to any of the ghost believers in the chat. But I'm a hard believer that everything can be explained by science, and most superstition is just a lack of education. Am I still a superstitious person? Yeah, I can't help it. I'm human. But I don't... I don't think that's gonna work out. What is wrong with your head, boy? I think it might have something to do with the tangents. Even though this is not a real tangent, it's close enough to look like a tangent, which is why it's throwing me off. Balls. Excuse me. What behind you? Well, if Stanley the ghost is in the room, can you take this to the kitchen, please? It needs to get rinsed. Thought so. Like, if you believe in ghosts, go ahead. But I'm a Shaniac for life. If you understand that reference. Ugh. That was a time on the internet. Oh, his head is slightly tilted. Okay, yeah. Duh. That's why the sketch was, the line art was looking bad. I was drawing his whole ass head wrong. Seriously, guys, if you get my Shaniac reference, please let me know. I need more friends. As I just said, about making friends online. Well, I need something to talk about. There we go. I need something to talk about. You were right about the tangent. That wasn't a tangent. I get that reference. I'm about to go on a tangent if I have any more of those stupid things. Alright. Here we go. Ship. Well, form's wrong. Composition's off. Tangent. It seems to disregard all the basic principles. It's perfect. That's another reference I don't see a lot of people make online, which is very unfortunate because that pilot was that was the funniest joke in that entire pilot. Well, I might say that is a worthy distraction. Alright, you lost me, chat. Where's the heartbreak emoji? I think that's one of those exclusives, because there's a lot of emojis that I just do not have on my phone or anywhere that I can find. That people like bust out all these dancing OCs on Twitch, and not OCs, oh my god, emojis on Twitch, and I'm like, where is that? Where do you have that? Is that just on your phone? Did you download that? Or are you was that one of those subscription-based emojis on in someone else's chat? We might have to call it soon, chat. I'm losing steam. I typed heartbroken, it's just broken heart. Semantics is how they get you. Do you want out? Yeah, oh, my cat wants out. Hang on. Will live on in my memory. Dearly beloved. We are gathered here today to witness the death of media literacy. Well, I'm just gonna end it here because obviously the sketch is not working for me, and I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. So, yeah, that's a good enough place to stop. So, what else do we do? Oh, we finished Edeline as well. So that means next time I stream, it will be on Twitch, which I do have linked other places. I try to stream on Twitch more. I don't know about this or next week or the next upcoming month, because June is surprisingly busy this year. I don't know why. Usually it's like August or something when I have my month off. But no, I guess June is the time when everything decided to happen. So, prep will continue. July, for sure, if it kills me, I will be streaming on, in July a lot more. Now, since I stream on YouTube and Twitch, I don't know how I'm going to divvy that up. For the sole reason because I don't have any software that can dual stream. I used to stream on Twitch and YouTube all the time, like at the same time, but that program kept crashing, so I was like, you know what, let's just So in the meantime, when I figure out the Art Fight streaming schedule, I'll let y'all know, so stay tuned. And yeah, have fun, stay safe, stay in school, eat your greens, read books.